Away from politics, a 12-year-old girl was swept away as floods wreaked havoc in different parts of the country, displacing hundreds of families. Efforts to rescue the young girl were unsuccessful as the raging waters broke the walls before sweeping her and everything inside the house into the river. Hundreds of households were also affected following the heavy downpour witnessed on Wednesday evening through the night in Nairobi and most parts of the country.
Around 5 a.m. on Thursday morning, residents of Waluku area of Kangemi in Nairobi were woken up by raging floods following a heavy downpour that pounded the city and most part of the country on Wednesday night. The effects of the rains were devastating. One family in the area unable to trace their 12-year-old daughter who was swept away by the floods. The grade 6 pupil Ashley Naboke and her mother were deep asleep, breaking the walls before sweeping her away into the nearby river.
Asubuhi wameamuka kuangalia pande ya hii nyumba, wakapata mama akaamuka akaona ukuta inaanguka. Kuangalia akapata mtoto amebebwa na maji. Akatoka hapo kupika nduru.
The search mission that began at 6 a.m. on Thursday continued for the better part of the day, but was hampered by the heavy downpour witnessed later in the afternoon. The family has pleaded with the government to help find the body of their daughter.
Tumeamka tukatoka na wanaume kama 6 hivi. Tukaona venye maji imevunja nyumba, venye imeteremka, sasa tukaanza kutafuta kutoka saa 12.
Tumetembea paka St. Mary's. Hatujaona huyo mtoto, hatujampata huyo mtoto, na maji ni mingi, imeendea upande mwingine ngambo na ngambo hii. Kupita katikati ni ngumu. Tulikuwa nafika maji upande huu tukiteremuka.
The flood came with no warning to more than 100 households, the raging flood sweeping everything in their path. The affected residents who lost goods worth thousands of shillings have no place to call home.
Nilikuwa nimelala usiku kitu 5, nikasikia nje ni kama maji inaingia. Kuamka nikakuta maji ishaingia ndani ya nyumba. Sasa kitu nilifanya ilikuwa tu nitoke na nijiokoe.
TV imekunywa maji, rate imekunywa maji, kazi imeenda na maji. Vitu mingi, malazi yote imekunywa maji. Naona vitu yanaweza kosa kitu around 30,000-40,000.
Dagoretti member of parliament who visited the affected families has urged Nairobi residents living along the riverbanks to evacuate immediately.
The best thing we can agree, all of us, especially all of us living in Nairobi and across the river, that it is important we move up so that you reduce the risks of those. I know people will live here, they will say it is cheap, yes, and we live in the hands of God. But also with nature, God tells you never tamper with nature.
Elsewhere, hundreds of residents were displaced in Godoma and Watiti villages in Moyale, Marsabit County, following the heavy rains that pounded the region. Several houses have been destroyed by the floods. Ironically, the region has witnessed a prolonged season of drought. The Kenya Meteorological Department predicts that the March 2023 rains will be below average in most parts of the country.